If you're over in Iran right now, it is becoming threat level midnight over there. What I think the U.S. and Israel instigated was we want the people of Iran to rise up, to overthrow this regime that is there because it's been in place for years, decades now. And as we can see, that is a true, authentic, to the core dictatorship that needs to be overturned because we see what it is. This is what leftists over in our country need to get in their mind. When they call Donald Trump a dictator and say that we're living under a king and he has us under his thumb, what is happening in Iran is a actual dictatorship and what dictators do, and that they will kill their people. It's not just they're allowing peaceful protest. No, they're killing protesters right now. As you can see, there's a picture of, what is her name? Greta Thunberg, and it says, "Free Palestine." She has the upset face. She's really mad. She can't take it. But Iran? Well, nothing to see here. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, and I think that is that's what makes me sick. And I think a lot of people, if you are a rational, reasonable American, this would make you sick. That people just want to pick and choose. If it aligns with my party or my ideology, I'm good with it. And I'll let everything else slide. I don't care. I care more about just a cause. I care more about an agenda rather than human life, rather than what is truth, what is right, what is good. And I'm just going to pigeonhole myself into some ideology, and that's what I'm gonna take that stance, and I'm gonna ride or die with it. And I think a lot of people, there are the reasonable people, this is going to disgust, and it disgusts me because I can't take it. I want what is truth, what is good. And if something is evil happening and it doesn't fit exactly where I'm at, maybe I need to change where I'm at. Donald Trump, he yesterday, 15 hours ago, effective immediately, any country doing business with the Islamic Republic of Iran will pay a tariff of 25% on any and all business being done with the United States of America. This order is final and conclusive. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And he is calling the United States, this is the stance of the United States right now. We wanted something to happen. We allowed things to happen. We went in there and bombed Iran this past summer. It was in and out, one and done, which was incredible. It was a major military defeat by accomplishing a very precise target and just getting out of there without sending our whole military there and boots on the ground, which was incredible. That was an amazing move. And I wanted to put this on the screen just so we have an idea of, a lot of times we talk about, if we're in America, we talk about all these countries and they're just out there in the nethersphere. They're not in real. They're just kind of just in a nebulous world. They don't exist, but they are a real place. So this is so you can have an idea of where it's at on a map. It is where originally was Persia, ancient Persia, but is now Iran. It's a little east of Saudi Arabia, northeast of Saudi Arabia, in that big Middle East area. I think our maps are pretty correct. I think we got a good idea of where they're at. But I mean, just as Americans, I don't know. That's not my backyard. I don't know what is actually going in there and sending American troops. If we want to actually go in there and help the people of Iran by sending troops there, I think we'll be setting us up for a major defeat, maybe not defeat, but a major trouble that we don't belong in. And this is where I think that having Israel as an ally over there in the Middle East, the ones that know the land, that know the terrain, that are familiar with it intensely, that they care about that land, and they care about instituting stability, and they're our eyes on the ground, that they know what's going on over there. So I'm not a person that I wants to cast out Israel because because we're not going to go to Saudi Arabia and say, can you go in there? Can we send you in there to help out the people over there in Iran? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. The ones that are going to be more close to what we want to accomplish and freedom and democracy is going to be more the Israel. That country is going to be more their bread and butter because they want Iran to be a peaceful place. They don't want a tyrannical regime over there. And I think that is a huge ally that we can have, that Israel is willing to do a lot of the dirty work that America doesn't even want to get involved in. But I mean, I don't know what you think about that, because I just see that there's this major disconnect and divide that is happening, that anything that Israel's doing, because we were fed what they've done to Palestine, over there, that indicates that they are evil, that they're doing something terrible. They're committing a genocide, an ethnic cleansing. And I don't believe that. I don't think that's the case. I think that we're just fed that and told that. And I think there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation that happens with that. But the United States, I don't want to send American troops into Iran. But it's kind of like we got this going. We turned this on to get to it's bubbling over. And I think that we got to get involved somehow. And if we don't want to send our soldiers over there, having Israel, because they're definitely willing and able to be our eyes on the ground and to go in there, get intel that we need. And then the U.S. just operating as air support when needed. But as opposed to sending American soldiers, American lives in there, Israel, this is what they've been doing for thousands of years. They're familiar with fighting. They're familiar with war. I think the United States is as well. But we work together as a team. I'm all for America first, and not having Israel getting involved and entangled in everything of our mindset and our sphere of influence and what we want to accomplish as America. But I just don't want to buy this whole line about that we have to sever ourselves from them. And here we see from the Hill says the Trump administration is telling U.S. citizens to exit Iran immediately in the wake of unrest in the country. A security alert by the virtual U.S. Embassy for Iran advises American citizens to leave Iran now and have a plan for departing Iran that does not rely on U.S. government help. It's like we're telling our people, get out of there. What is in our interest as America? What do we want to accomplish? What do we want to be in this world? Do we want to just be making TikTok videos? Do we just want to be just doing like things that are just surface level? Or do we want to have influence, things that are that's going to actually matter from when our generation or our lives pass away? Or do we want to make this world a better place or not? And I think if anyone's there should be at least an allegiance to America that other countries should have. And it's like if they don't have it, if they don't have a care for America, we should get involved. We should, if they're not taking care of their own people, if they're not doing things that are right and good, because that is in our nature. We want to spread goodness and what is right. And I just think that Iran is a perfect example that we see that the people are doing what we told them to do, to rise up, to overthrow that government. They're doing it from the inside, because I think it all comes down to we're all humans. We're like, no matter what nationality or ethnicity you are, we're all humans. We all want a lot of the same things. We want to have a life of peace, of a life of surviving and thriving and having families and growing. But like if something is built on something evil, if it's evil at its root, which I think the Iran regime is evil at its root, and because it wants to destroy, it wants death everywhere. It's between life and death. Everything is life or death. I think America, for the most part, we have our sins and our guilt, the things that we do that are not perfect, but we want life. We want good. We want truth. And to us have our influence, I think we need to step in a sense, maybe offer that air support. Donald Trump is putting pressure on Iran and saying anyone that does business with them, you are going to be you're going to suffer the consequences. And this is the American first stance that I think Donald Trump is paving the way. He's leading the way. This is no longer just games anymore. This isn't just politics of one administration to the next. This is taking the bull by the horns and just riding it. Because we're going to ride this sucker. We're going to make America great. And not only in just our country. We're spreading our influence so that our people, American citizens, can have the best lives that are possible. And I don't want this to be a rah-rah speech. I want it to be actually, what do we want? What do we actually want? If we get down to it, do we want to just be people that are making videos, making TikTok, making things that are just just in front of people to make them giggle or something? Or do we want to have actual lasting impact in this world? And I think that America spreading itself in this world, because it is the greatest country in the world. Everybody wants to get here. And it had to be the Trump administration coming in and just squelching that and saying, we can't let everyone in. And we got to get people that are in here out that are not supposed to be here. They didn't come in through the proper channels. This is the ideology, the mindset that we should have as Americans, because this is a America first stance, that we want safety, peace, and security in our country, and we want to spread it to the world as much as possible. I mean, they're going to do their own thing, but I think that we should start little by little encroaching on other countries' sphere of influence and their way of life. Not to just to give them democracy over there, because they're not going to do it well. They're not going to do it well. We should not just send people in there to us die and suffer and spend our treasure, our money, our blood, and then just walk out. We need to clean it up, and we need to take it over and to get the resources there and get what we deserve as a country, because we've just been the country on earth that has just been the police of the world, but never gets the benefit or reaps the harvest of what the amazing blessing that we offer the world. This is just being real speak. This is reality talk. Because this is what all Americans really understand. And it's a lot of times that we think that we can't be this. We think that we have to be, so coy. We got to be we're humble, but we don't need to be little Nancy girls about it. We need to be the men and strong country that we are. Stand up for America and spread this, or take over places that are against us, that hate us, that want death to America. Squelch that crap. Squelch it. Snuff it out. Extinguish it. And it is happening from the inside, because the people there are a lot of the world shares our same values, and you can see it by those people there. They don't want. Do you think that people in North Korea want to be under that dictatorship? You think they're happy, starving, and thinking that they have to be say everything nice as possible to Kim Jong-un? He comes up, he's God in flesh. You think they want to? No, they have to. And I think America is the place that you can have freedom of thought, freedom of expression, and it's the best way. It's the best way. And if you disagree with that, overall, we have our blemishes, but I think we need to clean house here, and we need to spread our influence across this world. And we need to do something about Iran and have that close ally as Israel, which I know is not the cool thing to say. Everybody is just jumping on the bandwagon about Israel, and it is such a grifting move, and a lot of people are just falling for this thing of hating Israel, and they don't even know why they hate Israel. They don't even know why they're becoming this. Nick Fuentes, he was a person, at least he is the OG of it, of questioning. And I don't think he doesn't hate Israel. He doesn't hate Jews or anybody. He wants America first, but he was the OG of that questioning. And a lot of people that have come along for the ride are just grifters. They've jumped on this, and because it has become a thing that seems cool. It seems like the new thing, the new wave, as opposed to what is actually going on. Do we want to be a country that is sending our soldiers in, or do we want to have Israel be there, that they can do a lot of the things that we're not in the best position to do? They can be a part of America over there that we're not currently. But America first, baby. Let's ride this out. This is the new empire that is building, and it is coming, it is growing. This is the way we should go. And if you disagree, let me know. Drop a comment. Tell me what you think of the show. If you think I'm way off base, let me know. If you think I might have a couple screws loose, let me know. I don't doubt that I have a couple screws loose. All right. Follow me on X and Instagram at Brandon Fogal, and have a great rest of your day.